NBA 2K17, the Prelude is out now, and 2K TV has all the details. Plus, find out what we have in store for our new season.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il silenzio. Senza te sarai nel vuoto.
LeBron James. What more can you say about the guy that hasn't already been said? He can play anywhere on the court, and he gets it done on both ends like nobody else in the league. If we can't slow him down, this game could get out of hand real quick. It's gonna be one of the biggest tests of the season for me, that's for sure. Time to step up.
We're coming at you from the Verizon Center in beautiful Washington, D.C. as the Wizards prepare to take the court. For the Cavaliers, this is the last game before heading back to Cleveland. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And Kevin, they've got an opportunity to do it really early in the season, which shows.
First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Let's send it over to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach David Blatt. Doris?
One player on his mind in this matchup is John Wall, and the spark he can provide on both ends of the court. He said that John Wall just has a knack for making big plays. His defensive abilities allow him to get strip steals and turn them into easy opportunities on the opposite end of the floor. We don't want him taking over the game on the defensive end. Guys?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. I think all three of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of different looks, doesn't he?
He sure does.
.141 left here in the first quarter.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Looked like he was channeling Bob Cousy right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble like that?
In the corner, Irving with it. Thompson sets the pick for Irving. To the paint. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role. Didn't let the move bother him and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
And one thing about Tristan Thompson, he is an absolute terror on the offensive glass. Was top 5 in that category last year, despite playing less than 27 minutes a game. Does a terrific job with anticipation of the carom and uses his gigantic wingspan to just go up and reel it in. Terrific motor and nose for the glass.
Out to the right wing, and here's Neal outside. No good, and Cleveland will come the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance. And road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Greg, you were talking about Tristan Thompson. LeBron came out and said he's one of the best pick-and-roll defenders in the NBA. And Clark, that's high praise from the King.
No doubt. I mean, Thompson is an emerging force. If he could just develop his shooting stroke a little more, then you're talking about a very, very valuable player.
Good point. On the wing, Williams. No good, trying to beat the buzzer. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Wizards out front, up by 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And we got a chance to hear from LeBron James about the hard work and preparation he brings into every game.
I go back and I'm able to,
I think you'd have to say the preparation really shows on the court in his play, and rarely does he look surprised out there or caught off guard.
And Kevin, that's really just the mark of a total pro. And I don't think oftentimes the fans appreciate how much goes in terms.
Comes in for Kevin Love. J.R. Smith's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Thompson and Varejao at the 4 and 5. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Williams. And it's Smith in at the 3 slot. The screen from Thompson. Off the pick. Rebounded by the Wizards. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Well, these are the players you don't want to give any space to beyond the arc right now. The best long-range shooting guards in the past 10 games. J.R. Smith on top.
And, you know, 2-guard is where we traditionally find the best shooters in our league, and he's no exception to that rule. I mean, look at the success he's having from 3-point range.
And, Greg, the key to that success for me is his constant movement without the ball. I mean, he works extremely hard to create and find the space he needs to get his shot off.
Here's Varejao. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers was a big factor. He picked up 5 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player there in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
There's the screen. Clock at 6. Inside. Dudley. The shot's good. Sessions making the play.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Picked by Varejao. There's Williams with the 3. No luck. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of it.
Gentlemen, I'm over here with Tristan Thompson, and after that first half, Tristan, what's the plan going to be for this second half?
Well, it's simple. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they got big guys, true bigs, and we got to come out, play hard, and not let up.
You have to have plenty of bark in a dogfight, Tristan. Thank you. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
If we go out there and show the killer instinct I know we have, this is not a team that can stay.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
Well, Irving has simply been great. He has 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
And Clark, I'm sure that won't be the last one. A lot of times he can get hot and stay hot from beyond.
The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Now Sessions. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Freak. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. The Cavaliers leading by 3. Williams passes to Dellavedova. Tries again, and it's laid up and in by Varejao.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
They set the pick. Here's Sessions.
Oh my God.
And it falls.
That toilet was crazy.
Defense has got to do a much